keep coming back to you. I keep coming back to you.
Hello, Internet World! Welcome to another episode of TV Nerds. It's your host, Esoteric Child, here with Gabe Stomach.
Here.
And we got some special gifts, too.
Yeah. I thought yours would be bigger.
Bigger?
Yeah, like
why
in the
bigger?
picture, it looked
Oh,
like
look
a
bigger.
cleaver size.
Nah, it's not. It's not technically not cleaver,
Yeah.
but it's just like, I guess you could call it like a small cleaver.
See, I like mine with this, with the whole.
It seems like yours is like a thicker blade. That's what I like about yours.
Is it? Oh, hell yeah, bro.
Yeah, yours is yeah, it's not just the wood either. Yours is actually a thicker blade.
But yours is meant for. What happened? Oh. Like
Mine's
yours is
meant for what?
like sushi. Yours is because like the lighter blade's easier for chopping. So you just sushi chopping or slicing and stuff. It's a nice blade.
Yeah, when I used it, like I used it both on vegetables and chicken. So it's like I like the way it chops. That's the thing I like about
Mm-hmm.
it. Is that like it was much easier. I'm gonna try and get like more like knives like this. I like this style of knife.
The Damascus steel or whatever. I think it's Damascus steel.
Not
Oh.
even just that, but just something that not like typical. Plus I need to get. Plus I want to get one of those sharpening like one of those sharpening rocks so I can actually.
I seen it was, I think it's called Woovu or something. It's a knife sharpener, but it hones and sharpens, and all you have to do is just hold it.
Yeah,
down,
I see. Yeah, I know
You know-
which one you're talking about.
and you go like that, and then you can adjust it.
I like the old school way though. Ain't nothing better than just going against that rock. Having to just you gotta angle it right unless you gonna fuck up the blade and shit.
That's my problem. And with that device, I don't have to worry about fucking up the blade. That'd be like literally a small. I know I fucked my
or
blade
just
up.
use the rod. You know how they use like the sharpening rod? They just go like that.
Again, you still can mess up the blade. The machine, I had to sit. There was YouTube commercials. I think it was a YouTube. I sat through the whole. It was like 10 minutes, and like it caught me.
No, I remember like that same commercial. It was it was one of those. It was like
It had different different grits, right? Different it had ceramic. You could do serrated blades, bro. It had
I think that's the only thing that would be beneficial for like serrated knives.
those. I want to get something like that though. But no, I do want to get more of these knives. I want to get a cleaver, and then I want to get a sushi one, like the ones like the straight, the pointy, thin ones. But yeah, these are knife connections.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like
I'm definitely gonna be bringing this baby out when we have our food battle.
Oh, you want to smoke? I got 3 new sauces. I got 3 new sauces, bro. We could run a wing thing right now. I got sauce for you to use. Like I got.
Yeah, speaking of cooking, like remember when I posted on Facebook, I was like, that I'm gonna start like using more Chipotles and Dijon mustard.
Mm-hmm.
I remember I made some chicken. I actually marinated it in Dijon mustard along with some other shit. It tasted.
Yeah.
I like using Dijon mustard as a marinade is definitely.
It's my go-to for lamb.
Oh yeah, for like meats like that.
Just for anything gamey, I'd be like some Dijon mustard. Because I don't like yellow mustard. I don't like spicy brown.
I don't know how people can like marinate shit with like yellow mustard. It's too tart.
Because I don't know. I think it's because like you gotta hit it with like other seasonings after that. Like when I've seen people marinate them, they'll cover the whole thing with it and then just let it sit there, and then it's almost like they wash it off in a way. And then so like that's at least that's what I had done too. And like when it washes off, the meat just has like a yellow tint to it, like it gets dyed almost. But I don't know. It almost almost reminiscent of like what's it called? Well, it looks like predator blood at the end, kind of. Not neonish, but you know what I'm saying. Like it'd be different color. You'd be like, man, it changed the tint. I'm like, yeah, yellow mustard. Yeah, that's why. It's all about the barbecue sauce stays. Let go, man.
Speaking of predator blood, though, I see what you did there. But yo, so new movie came out on Hulu, Prey. It's another addition to the Predator, the Predator franchise, and yeah, definitely a good one.
Have you seen the others?
The other Predators, yeah. I mean, of course, you always a classic. Like I remember the last Predator movie they came out with that had Trevante Rose in it and a couple other guys.
Key and
and,
Peele, right?
Yeah, and yeah, like
Keenan.
Keenan. That one, I liked that one, but it ended weird.
Had a super predator or something.
Yeah, it had a predator that actually hunted the other predators.
Huh?
At least I feel like it killed like when they were about to kill the other predator, the super predator came out and killed that one predator that was hunting them. Then they had to go after that super predator.
Yo, man, you know how bad of a day that is? You know, but with day ruiner, one predator alone, tap. Your whole day ruined going against a predator alone. You got a super predator.
I thought the super predator was too much. In my
Yeah.
opinion, because it's just like, okay, already with the movie franchise that the predators going after, the most powerful hunter or just the best beast, just to claim that is the best hunter, the best killer, or whatever. But then you start genetically modifying another predator. It's just.
So you seen this? Who did the genetic modification of the predator?
I think they said. If my memory serves me right, I think it was something about the government and that they found
Humans did this?
Yeah.
Fucking idiots, bro. This is why we don't hard headed.
Cause like years ago, ship landed and they captured it, or somehow they captured it, whatever,
And we thought a good idea to take a predator and then
and make it stronger.
These was
juice
white
it.
people, right?
yeah, it's gonna be some white people.
Okay, so here's my other question. I'm gonna pose the question for both of y'all. Why do white people want to resurrect shit that will destroy your ass?
I don't know.
They be like, "Hey, let's bring back dinosaurs." For what?
When has that ever be a good time?
They wanted. I mean, for Jurassic Park, they wanted to make money. They was like, "Hey, fuck a zoo. Let's have a zoo with dinosaurs."
That sounds like the worst.
Why?
I don't.
Didn't somebody get
Do you
bit?
not know how? But
Get bit in Naples.
I kind of get it, but then I don't, because it's like,
Tell me where you get this.
Where you get
I
this?
need to hear this.
all the people who like dinosaurs.
Okay, wait.
All the kids who love dinosaurs,
Here's-
just even adults who are so fascinated with dinosaurs. Like,
here's the thing, though. You don't. The only question you have, or any dinosaur lover would have, is what they sound like. Like, that's it.
And scientists basically kind of broke it down a bit, because I think, well, not only was it in the third Jurassic Park movie, but scientists even said it's like legit. They literally saw like how their nose is shaped and everything, and they kind of can mimic or just guess how they sound.
Guess. No, I need to hear. Because if it's. I'm like, bro, this big ass thing.
Because with all of them saying that the dinosaurs were more related to birds and shit.
Right.
Like, what if a T-Rex wasn't warring, it was squatting?
Not even that. What if T-Rex mimics? Fuck you. Who just said fuck you? Doom. Oh shit. Fuck you. Oh shit. Oh fuck you. It's coming after us. Fuck you. And it's just repeating it over and over again because it's
like
a
a
parakeet.
parrot.
Yeah, it's a parrot just screaming fuck you.
That'll probably scare the shit.
That'd be the worst day ever, bro. I would. We need to stop. Of anything movies have ever told us, stop. Is my mic on? Oh my god! Stop genetically modifying and bringing back shit. Even in real life, they want to bring back the woolly mammoth. Now that's a dumbass idea. How hot it is.
It's basically an ancient elephant. What harm could that do?
Yeah, I'm
It's
fine with it.
93 regularly.
No, but seriously, like it's an ancient elephant that survives in the cold.
That's
What's the harm it could do?
It's just like a polar bear.
But where is it cold enough for this thing to be?
The Arctic.
No,
Even though the Arctic's melting, but the Arctic.
The Arctic is melting. That means it's still not warm enough for when it was alive. So you're gonna bring it back to life so it could just be hot. You might, and you're gonna shave the nigga. He's back to being an elephant. You didn't solve nothing.
It's just an elephant with
It's just
bigger
an-
tucks. It's just an elephant with bigger tucks.
You solved nothing. We brought back the woolly mammoth though. No,
Hey, Willie Mellon, you're naked now.
You're naked because it's so hot. We had to shave him. So it's just an elephant. No, it's a woolly mammoth just shaven.
A shaven
Woolly mammoth. You know what I'm saying? Or we bring back animals. That's the thing too. We bring back animals that
If
killed
if they want to bring
at a more apex level than what animals kill today. Like we have bear attacks now. But could you imagine bringing back a prehistoric bear and then let our bear go toe to toe to it? It'd just be looking at it like, huh, this.
It's gonna be like the Incredible Hulk. You gonna go back and be like, shit.
I don't want that smoke. I don't want none of that smoke.
Granddaddy bear.
You know what I mean? Like imagine sharks,
I
megalodons.
mean, they're saying that some of the ancient, like, the prehistoric, like, fish that was underwater are still there. They're just deeper in the
That's what. You,
Plus, we haven't really gone that deep in our oceans.
but what comes up? Big ass chunk marks missing out of whales. Big ass chunk marks.
They say some of that is like the squid. They also have like chunks of squid too because of like sperm whales.
You know how big a sperm whale is? And you telling me you squaring up with a squid? That goes on plates, my nigga. Like, that was,
Not them giant, not them giant squids though.
I would never. Could you imagine? That's like a Finding Nemo, not Finding Nemo, like a 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, Captain Nemo.
About to say that movie.
That movie was solid, but when that thing grabbed the submarine,
Now, have you seen?
and you saw the whole tentacle.
Now you saw the movie Meg.
I wanted to. I want to though.
It was pretty decent. It was kind of it's just one of those shark movies. It has corny moments, which
but
I
all
mean,
to, right?
it was a decent movie.
I
think they're coming out with a sequel to it too. I'm just wondering how.
I want that to be the next Jaws. If I had a choice, like I could see like a Jaws series or a franchise. If you're gonna bring back a shark brand, like if that's a new
Have it
Meg,
be like Megalodon.
and
What,
go
Sharknado didn't do it for you?
look,
Bruh,
Sharknado
I
6.
would just like to
hit,
they got like
bro.
6 or 7 movies of these
Yeah,
things.
they
Like
got, like,
why?
Yo, there's also Tremors Island. I didn't know Tremors is still out here pumping movies too. Tremors and Sharknado are still out here.
They have to be funded by like some independent like
It's probably
just it has to be an independent studio who's doing this because it's like you tell me this movie has never hit theaters. They come out with these things almost every couple years, and
fan
like
base.
what money is you making?
Fan base,
It
friend.
might be one of them things where it's like, where those movies are so terrible that you like it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know that's very rare, but you ain't got no movie in your list that's so garbage that you be like, I'll watch it. Like Soul Plane fits for a lot of people. That was so garbage.
Undercover Brother.
Hold up.
Now Undercover
Hold
Brother
up.
was good.
You
Stop
about to
it.
get Benny slammed.
Stop
How?
it. Stop it.
Undercover Brother hit.
Yeah.
It wasn't a terrible movie that just I wouldn't put
mean,
that in that category. That was
like,
a good movie.
Wait a second. I will defend Soul Plane.
What?
But what? I know it's not Academy Award winning, Oscar Award winning, but as far as a comedy,
They both
As
did
a
the same.
comedy.
They both gave me the
They
same laugh.
played it on BET back in the 2000s
So-
over and over.
So
so
and
did
over
Baby
again.
Boy.
Yeah,
And Baby Boy's iconic.
That's different.
Okay?
That's
How
different
is
though.
it different?
Baby Boy fit in the category with Love and Basketball.
Yeah.
Love and Basketball got on my nerves. Like
What?
after
Get out.
After the third time watching it. It's like
It's
on
an
now.
epic love story, man.
It's alright.
bruh. You remind me of my best friend. She loves that movie. I'm just like, and every single time I see her on social media, she's like, watching my favorite movie.
Oh, I forget. Y'all different generation. When it dropped,
Yeah, it hit.
it had everybody in their house watching that movie, bruh. Everybody.
Crying for what? I like to know.
What else?
The,
I
man,
want to play for your heart.
the man's knee is fucked up. Of course you're gonna win.
And he fucked her ass up. He said, fuck what? What relationship? Man, fuck this shit.
And then was like, oh, double or nothing. Boy, just say you wanted her
You
back.
lost.
Yeah, but as a man, he knew he had to get that win in.
Yeah, you can't take an L on that.
Like, how you gonna be like, oh, I'll take you back anyway after you dunk on somebody?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Because it's almost like mentally be like, of course I was going to take this girl back. But she going to
Gonna
catch
get
his
this-
L. She getting his L, though.
And just grabbed onto the
And he
rim.
checked her. Get out of the way. You on the ground. I was like,
Post up. Post up.
if to be honest, he did the same thing he did at the beginning of the movie. Pushed the ass on the fucking ground. What you fucking get?
You did, yeah, you did do that. And in fairness, he
Did it
treated her
twice.
equal. She asked for an equal match.
Oh yeah, she asked for an equal.
She asked for an
Yes, she
equal
did.
match and played for love. What?
But the thing of it is when they were young, or when they were in college, and they were doing this trip, he left her. He said he left her.
Cause that's not a real game.
That's not real.
That really is not a real.
Had he
No
not
one's-
let her
no one's
win,
gonna
she
take
would've
that
had the
seriously.
confidence, and she could have beat his ass when it really mattered the most. But you're always letting females win.
Cause y'all
So
complain.
we can never
Right.
Y'all,
Yo,
y'all
if
be
you-
mad as
If
hell.
you
when we-
win- nah, literally
Don't
when you
let
when,
me win. Let me win on
Oh.
my own accord.
Okay. Okay.
And then
That's
that's what
that's what happened.
and then once you guys get L, you just get mad.
And
Like,
then
All the times that they were playing before, he kept letting her win.
Yeah, cause you.
Don't let her win so she can build up the skill.
No, it don't make no sense.
It does.
No,
make-
because y'all
it
complain
does
and then
make
ask the
sense.
level be dropped down. You want the difficulty to go from expert to easy once you got hurt too many times and it's getting scruffed up. And it's like, but you asked for expert level. You said treat me like the rest of the people y'all play with. Well, I play on the street out here. This is what happened.
She also didn't get notified that when dudes let women win, we damn near take our percentage from 100 down to like 10%.
What? Yeah.
So when you
It's
ask
not like-
for full, I'm like, oh, you want the full 90? Okay. Catch
But-
L's,
Hurry up.
baby.
Check a deal ball. And you just
Check.
all aggressive. It's because you just said all right, I want the full. Okay, you want full?
I'm gonna treat you like
Turn
my
all the way up
friends.
then, and now
And then let me tell you how much I care about my friends.
And then like now you have to score 11-1, and you out of breath running back cross court. It's like, what you asked for this? You're supposed to play full court. I would.
yeah, like I said, like
I think we all have mixed
I was
emotions.
somewhat when it comes to like bad movies. I feel like my bad movie that I was like, I would watch that again. Wild Wild West.
Okay.
All right, I can see
Because
that.
I mean,
see.
it was like watching
I
it
see.
as an adult, like watching it as a kid. I'm like, this movie, like, yeah. But
I still
as
don't feel like that was
as-
a bad movie.
Yeah, I
as
don't
an
think so
adult,
either.
watching it as an adult and seeing like all like the action parts and everything, I'm just like, okay, that was wild, that was corny. But I see why Will Smith regrets this movie.
I don't.
But still, like
it's still in
It's
my
still-
top
yeah.
movie. I don't know
I
what
liked
everybody
it,
else
and the
does.
soundtrack hit to me.
the sound. Okay, the soundtrack
What?
is what I think. The
Well-
soundtrack is what saves it.
Well, Wild Wild West, I say we, and we just in
But
there.
as a movie in general, it's just like
You
It
ain't
was-
laugh. You ain't laugh when they took off running, and you just hear.
Oh, that was.
You ain't laugh at that.
of course, that's a classic moment. But
I think that movie got put in the category of thinking it was supposed to be serious and it was a comedy.
I don't
Huh.
think it was supposed to be a comedy. Like,
Oh,
I
you
think
yeah?
the whole thing that made it bad was the fact that they had Will Smith just market this whole thing like this is gonna be the movie of the summer.
Yeah, they
Then
did.
it flops at the theater.
Didn't they say it was gonna be an action-packed thrill, like action-packed?
Yeah, they said
Yeah,
it was
they
actually.
said it was
gonna
be
I felt
action
like it
packed
was
all
a
the stuff.
comedy all the way through.
Yeah,
I was
sort
laughing
of.
the whole way through that.
Yeah.
There was definitely some comical moments. Like,
When your man was naked at the beginning,
Yeah.
and he was like, "You out here fucking a white woman?" No, I wasn't. I didn't touch her titties. I thought that was him. And there was a mistake, whatever. It was like, yeah, those are lovely. Huh?
That was like, you couldn't tell me that was an action movie.
they,
That was a-
I
that's
think
what I'm
also
saying.
the fact is that they tried too much to make jokes out of racism. I'm just like,
That
okay.
too.
That too. Yeah, they did.
It's
yeah,
like,
they did do that.
okay, we get it.
No.
It's supposed to be back in that, that era. Whereas I guess it's like after the Revolutionary War,
Mhm.
niggas is free, but
Not all the way.
No,
like,
yeah.
not all the way. But
You can walk
at least where
around.
he was, they were free.
You can
Yeah.
walk
And then
around.
they throw a lot of these racist a lot of the jokes like making fun of racism, but it's like this is kind of not like legit. Like when he did that whole thing or whatever, he's like, "Oh, hang him." I'm like, "What?"
Yeah.
Like,
Oh shit.
like
Yeah.
I wish the like
That was a homie saying that too.
Yeah.
yeah.
He screamed it.
Yeah.
Hang
He's like-
high.
He's like, "Oh, I just wanted to get everybody out the room." I'm like,
Well,
"I could have died."
I feel like I think they were like the head of the curve. I feel like they were trying to do like a Kingsman. Y'all seen Kingsman?
No.
You know,
Nah.
you ever seen Kingsman? So Kingsman
Never
is
been that
like
big of a fan.
it'd be the British version of a Wild Wild West, in my opinion. Like it's it's just like the spineless, comical,
just satire over the top.
but well, not I mean not too much. It's British satire if you want to do any,
Gotcha.
but there's still like a level of like there's still like a level of some secretry contraption device that the dude remember the belt that flipped
Yeah.
down had a gun or something in it.
Mhm.
Like in Kingsman, they had the same vibe, but it's all British. So I feel like if anything, we could say that pioneered it. So it's still not a shit movie. I would say I'm gonna get you, sucker. As like
As far as what?
as like a shit movie to watch, but you can still watch it again.
I can't put it. Well, maybe
Me
for
neither.
you in your era.
Yeah.
But when that bitch dropped, that was basically a scary movie back in the day.
True. Yeah, that is true for your yeah.
It ain't my era. That was my mama era. But it was it was a spoof.
The spoof movie, yeah.
Yeah, it was a spoof movie. They
I
been
mean, yeah,
doing
you
them
can't
all
put
day.
spoof movies in that. Like scary movie. You know, it's supposed to be a spoof. It's a comedy. Like,
Yeah.
no, I'm not gonna lie. Best spoof movie, Don't Be a Menace.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
It makes-
your juice on the porch.
Mm-hmm. Do we
Have
a
problem. Her.
That escalated real. That was hilarious. That's
It's
my
like-
favorite.
He's like, USA. Oh,
Man, he got nuked, bro. He got nuked. Get up out of here, cuz. Get out of here, cuz. No, like
man, shout out to the Wayans brothers. Wayne brothers, like when it comes to movies, comes to comedy, like they have definitely they're legendary.
I don't like white chicks. And it was not even because of them. I just wasn't a fan of white chicks. Like it was funny, but I feel like it's like to me it was a shit movie still. I don't know.
I don't know.
You see what I'm saying?
It was funny to me. Like I felt like even to this day it hits. But I feel like if because there were talks about making a white chicks too. They can't make white chicks too.
You can't make white chicks too, unless you do like Spanish chicks.
There's like two. It's not even with that. It'll still be just. It's too. Everybody wants to be offended now, so it's just. They gonna nitpick everything, just like they nitpicked the original.
What if? All right, hear me out. What if you had every race represented by a different race? You get what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like.
I'm trying to get it, but bro,
Nah, because then it's not racist then. Because then it's just acting. Like, remember when Robert Downey Jr. did blackface? But he was playing a white man playing a black man in a movie, playing a black man in a movie. Did I say that wrong? I said that wrong. But you know what I'm trying to get at.
I get it, but I mean, I feel like that one's different because it's like I get the kind of like double irony there, but that's just one of those things where it's like it went over everybody's head. Like no one thought that was no one thought that that was Robert Downey. Like people were just finding out that was Robert Downey Jr. who did that.
Really? That's still funny to me. That's so funny to even think there's like that must have been a black dude, or what do they think is another person?
You know, people really thought that was a black dude. Like,
Oh, going back to Prey.
Yeah.
Going back to Prey. The girl in Prey, I watched not documentary, one of those panels, Comic-Con panel.
Mhm.
She was going on how she had like the best war cry. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna have to agree. That ending war cry
oh yeah.
when she took homie out, and this is the one thing that kind of.
I mean, of course, you gotta have that war cry when you take out the predator that just killed all your homies, and a whole group of French people. You
a
gotta
lot of French people.
You gotta have that war cry. Better be epic.
Yeah, this another one thing bothered me is that like they played on the fact that I guess because these people were hunting animals, they never really got the idea that they were hunting something that's smarter than an animal. Because every trap these people made, Indians and the French, the predator went around except for hers. And like hers only worked because he took off his helmet, which is smart. Bro, she one timed him though. Remember that? She's like, "Blah!" Blew his whole cap off. She said, "I'm gonna split his wig." Literally, son. That shit was wild. My man stabbed.
I mean, she knew that because of the fact that he had that he was gonna be able to see the whole infrared and knew and like when she saw that he grabbed it as soon as like her brother went and like knocked it off the first time, she knew that was what he was using in order to do all the shit he was doing. And plus, she saw that the little laser thing was the way that his arrows was like.
Yeah, it was targeted.
Yeah,
Yeah, it kept going to the same place.
so
over
that
and
was
over
where
again.
her thinking was, which I like the fact that they saw that like literally that she was like that she really thought like used logic and was really just using every bit of like of her instincts to like hunt this thing down.
Yeah, she's a hunter, so he's like she watched. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like they made
It
it
kind of
seem-
reminded me of this story I like read in high school. I think it's called like the greatest hunt or something. Oh no, the greatest game or something like that. And it was basically about a hunter who basically captures humans and was like, oh, you know, I've hunted every single animal or whatever, but animals only move off instinct. We move off logic. So I'm gonna hunt you.
You just never watched the movie with Ice Cube?
Hmm?
You never watched the movie with Ice Cube?
What movie?
The hardest game or whatever the game. You know, like they turned a book into a movie. Ice Cube was like a mercenary, somebody like in the military, and like they captured him and like let him loose. And he had like a collar or thing or something on. And like the rule was you got to get out of here, survive for like a set time, and like we're gonna hunt you while he did it. He ended up like going after the guys in return and like hunting them. But like that's the whole point of the Predator, though.
Yeah.
The Predator is in the same game as these guys, where like they'll go and hunt the craziest game, but like for years it was humans. And then came xenomorphs, the aliens.
Mhm.
So like Alien, because that's when Alien versus
Then that's when they like combine Alien versus Predator.
right. But that was only because Alien vs Predator was like they found them on one planet and they were like, all right, we're gonna use this as a place to breed them and then like start killing these niggas. So like because they were way stronger and smarter than humans at that moment. So it's like if you wanted like the test of all your hunter skills,
They literally was just like, yo, we're just gonna test our luck here and play a freaking game.
and they
But then
dropped.
the funny thing was like, oh, if they lose, they just gonna blow the planet up. Y'all some sore ass losers, bro.
But it's not necessarily.
Y'all-
It's not necessarily just to like the blow the whole planet up. It was the fact that like you can't be caught. Like the whole it was it's ritualistic. You can't be taken. It defeats the whole purpose of being a fucking predator. You lost. So like they felt like you know nuke the bitch. We all going out.
Yo,
if we
which
going
honestly
out.
in Prey, the French almost beat him.
Oh
That's
yeah,
why
yeah.
that's why he did the whole thing. He was like, he was bleeding out and everything. He's like, oh, they about to fuck me up.
But
Let
that
me
was
just go and just.
that's because homie hit him with the spear. I'm saying that's what I'm saying.
Mhm.
That was my point. Why didn't you? Once you saw that the Indian dude laid the blow to be like blah, he was like, oh, my chest. And you're like, ah, damn. And then he took the shit out. It's like we should link up and try to take this guy down. None of that happened. And like, which I'm fine with, because then like they made it seem like the indigenous people were like way stronger and better. But then it's like, if they were able to take out the
I mean,
predator,
they were just
how did they
able-
get fucked up by the French?
I mean, they were just able to like live off the land, and they knew like, okay, they have to have that hunter mindset. Like, I feel like this kind of showed the difference between like, because the French, they were like, so what, like, colonized or whatever, and they had better weaponry and shit, but they just got lazy because they're like, oh, I got a gun, so I should be able to just kill this thing.
All that, yes, that's
So they just got lazier. They're not thinking, oh, I gotta think, and to capture this.
well, not only that, it's like, well, like I don't think it's just that. It's the fact that like your limitations of technology. Like if you had one of those rifles, you already have the epitome of new weaponry right there in your hand. Bah, ting. This brand new? Yeah, this brand new. This brand new gun. Yeah. She. we all done. Like I'd have been like, yo, the guns don't work. You know what I mean? Like that should have been the first clue. But these guys were like,
They just kept going.
they kept going because like, yo, this is it. Like, this is the best weapon we have. There's no other future.
I
So
would
it's like,
have gave up when he brought the shield up. He's like, brought the shield up,
Yeah.
blocked all they shots, and next thing you know, they're like, okay, let's think about this.
nah, I'm done with your man. He pointed. He did the walk up and like looked right at the gun. And dude was like, bang, and it's like killed himself. I was like, yo, that's different. Your boy different. He knew he wasn't even gonna get hurt.
I like
And
I,
looked them in the eye
I
to
do
let it
like the way
happen.
that they had this predator looking
Yeah.
it did look like, okay, this was like, it could have been like this was his first time coming to Earth or something. And it made it look more like primal and just not too super teched up because it was still like 300 years ago in the 1700s.
That's what I'm saying. Like that kind of blows my mind in my head. Like I feel like they should have had the tech still be the same, only because like it's 300 years. You mean to tell me, like in 300 years, you just found out how to use laser beams or laser bolts on the shoulders to fight Arnold Schwarzenegger? But like in 300 years in the past, you're still using arrows, just like this.
I mean,
Indian
it was
guy
a
using
hovering
arrows.
arrow.
My point exactly. It's a hovering arrow. It's probably shoot by magnetics. It's railgun tech. It's lit. Don't get me wrong. That is lit tech. But I'm saying, like, you still don't have, like, a laser gun, bro? Like, if at any moment a laser gun would have helped hugely. And I'm not saying...
It would have honestly defeated the whole purpose of the movie because, like, you're going against people who are still using spears, axes, and muskets.
Yeah, true. But the issue here...
You're going to put something that shoots out a freaking, like, plasma beam. Really?
Yeah.
Like, come on.
I mean, come on. It makes more sense because the issue here of the Predator is that he chooses what way to kill you because depending on the lethality you give him back. You know what I mean? He doesn't go straight to 100 and just shoot you with the laser. He shot you in the laser because he got shot first. That's usually how every time like the Predator starts with the laser gun. It's usually because he got lit up by something that's like, oh, y'all out here spraying niggas. Oh, you want to shoot too? Okay. Say less, B. I'm gonna light your ass up. So it's never like, it's always like a reserve. He's always reserved before hunting any prey. So like, why not give him like a laser thing? Because then what was the thing on his back? He had like a little hump on his back, which usually was where the laser would come out and shoot, and that never did anything. And that's why I'm just like, that was kind of lame. But the one thing they did do is where the same issue that all the others had was like the lack of vision. This one fell in place with a flower she ate, where like you had to eat the flower.
Oh yeah, that was like the whole medicine that like cools your blood. So, like, which that one scene when she gave it to Buddy and she's like, okay, you know, he's not gonna see him and then she figures out, oh, she's not gonna see him because his blood's cold. Then Predator steps on this dude and he's like, ah, shit. I'm like, that's hilarious. Like,
so your man's smart, bro.
like he played dead. Next thing he's like, oh, okay. Steps on him. He's like, ah. I'm like, you could have survived that.
You're not surviving that.
You could have survived.
You're not surviving that.
All you had to do, like covered your mouth or something. Just like
you were still moving. Eugene.
Come on,
Eugene,
man. Like,
hear yourself. If y'all watch the movie, you'll see the scene he's talking about. Eugene saying, "Cover your mouth," while he's stepping on your cut leg that he severed. Not like you tripped and like lost a leg in an accident. No, my man threw a stick at you and cut your damn leg off. His weapons were lit.
I was wondering, like, how was she like still like moving? Because like when she gave it to like the other guys, like, I guess probably because they were like already wounded badly. But when she gave it to the other guys, and they seemed like so stiff. But she ate it. She just like
it looked like heroin. It looked like poppy seed heroin. I'm not even joking. It looked like the poppy seed flower. So like she's essentially just giving these people heroin, and so she took heroin to go invisible for the Predator essentially. And so I mean she was doped up, yeeting this dude. Now, and in fairness, probably added to her winning is for her being on heroin. She probably didn't feel none of the pain and get hurt or nothing. And that allowed
you saw
her to
her
go.
grunting a bit when she like got thrown. Like, come on.
I mean, your man did suplex the mess out of her and some
okay.
rocks. But
Like,
yeah, but you get my point. Like, there gotta be some moments where, like, if she got nicked or something, she'd have been like, she probably fought off the pain because she just doped herself up with some heroin. But
And I think maybe what that hump in his back would have been was like his cloaking device or something. Or was that just from his mask?
No, I think
where cloaking came from.
I think
because
that
he
was
didn't cloak up right after she took the mask off.
Yeah, I think that's the mask that offers the cloak.
Oh, okay. So
that would make sense. Or it's his wrist or his thing on the side because he threw that on the ground and dipped.
No. She ended up like having that shit get cut off.
No. One got cut off, right?
Yeah, and that was what had the that's what had the blades on.
Right.
Was that one arm that got cut off.
Right. So that one got cut off, but the one before it that had the shield, it also had the one that had the explosions where he did the tap thing and drop the 3 bombs on the floor. He left the whole gauntlet on the floor.
When was it? Like that was before like she ran.
Yeah, it was when they were bait.
But why he dropped it?
Because the whole gauntlet blows the fuck up. Like, I don't
Oh
need
yeah.
that. like, I don't need this gauntlet either. It's the whole thing going in. They had your man just.
But nah, like the 3. It was just the 3 bombs that came up. Like the gauntlet was still there.
Yeah, the gauntlet was still on the floor, and like it rose. I would doubt it's still there, but yeah, it was still on the ground when the things rose up and then they exploded. But he left the gauntlet on the thing, so I think that would be the device that goes invisible. I don't know, but he also went invisible mid-fight and disappeared on him in that same scene
Yeah.
when he did. Yeah, bro. Because all right, so after that scene, remember when Homegirl meets up with the Frenchman?
Yeah, and cause his leg off and everything.
And
It's like he basically uses him for bait.
Right. And like that scene, but like just before the brother dies invisible while he's invisible. So he still has the invisible pack
Yeah.
still after getting rid of the gauntlet.
That's what I was thinking. I'm thinking that was probably from the help from his mask. That was what was making him cloak.
Probably, yeah. That would make more sense. But yeah, that I will say that her skills of picking a place to fight was like the key thing that
I
helped
was
her.
low key wondering. I was like, okay, like I was low key worried because like when he got to the muck, I'm like, I know he's not going to drown in the muck. Then we started rising. I'm like, ah, shit.
Yeah, that was frightening. But how's he doing that? Secondly, how are you doing that? And then, well, that's wild, G. But
Because she almost died in that muck,
and it's
and
deep.
he's just like,
I wonder if he can swim. Nah, what
I mean, he's probably strong enough to do that.
what confused me though was the rate of speed he had. Yo, he was moving like a velociraptor in the field. Remember
He's still at the end of the day, he's still an alien.
Nah,
He's still an alien at the end of the day.
nah, G.
And he's like what? Like way taller than all of them.
Nah, G. I mean, I'll give you yeah, okay, sure, he's an alien, he got
Tall.
stamina, but your man just
He's
took
an alien.
the work.
He's freaking super tall, probably 6'5" or something.
Hold
and
the
he got
chest.
legs like tree trunks.
All of both of his legs cut up with holes in them. He got a hole in his foot. I remember he got a hole in his foot because the bitch stabbed him in the foot with the spear. So he got a full hole in his foot. He got a hole in his leg and a hole in the other leg. He got a hole in his chest. He got shot in the head twice. Well, once. And then
got knocked in the head.
Then got knocked in the head. But he got knocked in the head hard enough to knock off his helmet. And you mean to tell me he still got that sprint speed of a velociraptor in the high grass? I'm talking, man, was and the boy was, both of them were just, and it's got sling, and it was just blood in the air. And just like, Jesus Christ, how fast is this guy? She's not going to outrun him. She's not, there's no way you're going to outrun him. It was the craziest speed the thing had. And then he fought the bear.
It was hilarious when he fought the bear. I'm like,
I thought the bear won. Low key, I was like, wow, this is a quick Predator movie. The bear yeeted your boy.
Then he just got up and was like, all right, now I gotta beat your ass. Like,
You know what I'm saying? Hit him with a mean ass haymaker, and then cut open the spine and rip him in half.
I always wonder why do predators why are they because each and everything it killed it just ripped from like its head and its spine like its spinal cord. Why do they do that shit?
That's a trophy. That was
but I know they use the trophy like his skull as a trophy, but like why the spinal cord as well?
that's the whole trophy. Like when I think the second one, there's like 3 like prime predators or 3 of the elder predators that walk up to Danny Glover, but like they have a staff. One of them has a staff that has like a spine attached to the skull. So like it's like they're ritualistic where it's like all of it's used to move this being. It's not just the skull that was needed to make this being a thing. You needed the whole skull and the spine to make the being be the thing. So that's your whole prize. You would just take that as your whole prize. At least that's what like the Indian guy said in Arnold Schwarzenegger's Predator 2. They were like, yo, he's taking trophies because it's the whole thing is a game to him. The whole thing is the prey.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, you can't do that with Alien.
They did though. They took his They took like the exoskeleton and shit.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Well, not like basically the exoskeleton of his head.
Yep.
They took that.
Yeah, I remember, and that didn't make sense to me. What? I'm gonna use my knife.
I mean,
and then your knife should be empty when you get it back. Should be like half gone. But what happened? Blade melted. You got another knife? No, I'm not giving you my other knife. You just ruined it. Cut into a thing that has acid blood.
Yeah, that's what's.
So like, I mean, I mean, if the Predator cut it with his knife, even still, it's like super acid.
I'm glad that they came out with this movie instead of like a sequel to like the last Predator movie, because like I felt like if they really was gonna do a sequel to that Predator movie, it was gonna be trash. Because
Yeah.
you're telling me now you got a suit that hunts predators?
Yeah,
Like it didn't make no sense. That's why I was like, okay. At the end of the movie, I was like, yo, this shit's trash. There's no fucking way. Like, are you serious?
why would you make again humans are it's gonna sound racist. White doctors. Are there minority doctors like mad scientists? Like, has there ever been like a history of mad scientists? Or like, oh, the guy was black or he was white or
Not to my knowledge. Not to my knowledge.
no, I don't know. Like, all of them, like, you know, Dr. Kevorkian or something.
Bruce Banner.
Bruce Banner,
Banners of the
Sigmund
world.
Freud. No, you name the list of them. There's always some. Stop fucking with shit. Just stop fucking with shit, yo. You don't need to make a genetically modified predator to go after other predators. How often are predators here? That would be the next question. And then at the same time, as a predator species, I'm gonna stop coming back to Earth. I'm gonna get that super predator and then stop coming back to Earth. I'm like, you're not gonna leave. We're not gonna leave one of us there though. That's kind of fucked.
That would be worse to like have them bring back the super predator. And it's like you just going into other freaking worlds and just fucking shit up.
Like, he the homie now. Like, that's shit. Yo, Debo.
Or he's like, you know what? Hold up. Nah, since he's killing us, let's have him kill all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Just be
he's just gonna be our guy.
Just be like, you gotta have the bigger stick, bro. Where's your bigger stick? Oh, Eric. And then just have just the shake. Like, oh my God, you have a big ass predator, and just get ripped in half, just slammed and shit. But at the same time, I don't like having I don't like the fact that like the visors aren't changing. Like, I get that
What, their helmets and stuff?
yeah, like it didn't make sense how his was working initially. Cause like
What, in Prey?
right.
I mean, but still, like, it's 300 years ago. They're trying to make him seem like more just to that era. So, which I actually appreciated. So it's like,
no, which I'm
so
not.
of course it's gonna seem much older, like an older like model.
But that's not. I
It's
guess
not gonna be all like metal and silver.
But I guess what I'm saying is like I'm not saying the older model is the issue. I'm saying that the fact that like the design factors going into the helmet, as opposed to the rest of the helmets that they went through, they're actual helmets. This one just seemed like a face mask that he had his bottom mouth open. She was able to like rip off a tooth, for God's sakes. And like other predators, any of them, they had full on helmet. You know what I mean? It wasn't like I remember the man had to take tubes out the back, one of them.
Yeah.
And then take his shit off and was like, oh, we're just like, you're looking at him. But then he had to put the whole thing back on, hook tubes back to it.
I mean, I feel like that
So
was
it's
like the design was like, okay, they're like, okay, we see that she was able to take his tooth out. Let's design this helmet so we could cover our whole faces. Like, I think that's just the whole thing.
But even
Like,
then,
as the years go on, it evolves just like any other species.
I don't know. I couldn't, because if you're having the helmet have the hissing and stuff, I assume you can't breathe. I assume you can't breathe our air anyway, because you're not from this planet.
He was able to breathe. The other ones were able to breathe too. When they got their helmet, when the helmet got taken off, they was breathing. They was fine.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure? Just standing up and just moving around don't mean they breathing fine. Every time they have the helmet off, they mouth be the entire like gasping for air every time they fighting.
I mean, they're just some ugly motherfuckers.
Nah, but think about how they be fighting though. They be taking huge gas of air every time they be squaring up. And then you got Arnold Schwarzenegger with a heavy ass gun, and they were Danny Glover with some 357 shooting them, but they still be gasping for air, like huge faces of air, like mouth flaps or whatever they are. I don't know what you. They look like shit from Rick and Morty, but you get my point. Like if you're having like big opens to all like of like your mouth to breathe or some shit, but before you can have your shit closed. I feel like you're like the mask provided like an actual respirator. While like now, even if you assume that in the 1700s we had cleaner air, I still don't think we had like a good enough air for the predator. Is what I'm trying to say. I would assume he would have to still have like some type of mask. 'Cause how did his shit hook on in the first place? What, they hook onto his dreads? That was even the weird part. Like
Well,
he
how
made
it
just,
fit on. I think
it just said
it must have been something that it had, because it did kind of click. I did hear the click.
so it just that just confuses me in that regard. It was just like, and I'm not saying like everything else in the Predator was dope. I just wish he had like a full mask, like a full some COVID protection. You know what I mean? Like they would be lit back in the day, bro.
I mean, still, it's like they were just trying to like keep it somewhat within the time. So I see why it wasn't super suited up, teched out.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm not saying it had to be crazy. You could have done the same style mask, let it go all the way down, and then just have tubes going to the side of the shoulders to show like a breathing thing or something. But I'm just saying, like, the design of a Predator suit, going through my memory, all them niggas had masks. All them niggas had like good first aid. They did this. They did every typical Predator movie. Is like Predator movie. He shows up, starts hunting people. One person sees it. No one believes him. Then the rest of the world starts seeing crazy shit happen around them. It's like, yeah, I told you it's a Predator. So then they start getting back at the Predator, hitting with him 1 or 2 jabs. The Predator always has to dip off somewhere and repair some type of damage. In that time, the human finds out that mud, the flour, I think the one in Danny Glover, it was like nitroglycerin or not nitrogen or something.
Mhm.
Like just cool down the room, and he was able to disappear in the room. So it's like it always
basically
follows
some kind of camouflage.
Yeah. But I'm saying it all follows a arc every time. Every Predator movie followed the same arc. As I watched this one, and like you watched,
It was somewhat the same.
yeah, like there's like
It's kind of like he's building himself up to like have that final battle with the humans. Because he went after the wolf, then the bear, then the snake. Well, first the snake, then the wolf, then the bear. And all of a
Yes.
sudden you just going after these French people.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It always turns out as like the Predator's trying to get a bearing for the ground before going after the real reason why he's here, which is usually humans. And that's why I was like,
Hey, you need a warm up.
and no, which is always true. I'm just saying like comparing the movie, like if we're gonna say like the movie's good, the movie was good, yes, because it reminds me of a Predator movie because it stayed true to that arc. Is what I'm trying to say. As I was watching the movie, I was waiting for like, where's the Arnold Schwarzenegger's mud tactic that she does? And then when I saw that, like, oh, he can't see homie on the ground, it's the flower. And I was like, that's cool that they used the flower this time instead
It was
of
a
mud.
more holistic effect.
Yeah.
Attempt.
Yeah, because if they'd have figured it out, if she'd have figured it out when she fell in mud again, I'd be like, bro, they're just gonna do a female version of Arnold Schwarzenegger in this one and just make her an Indian. That'd have pissed me off. So the fact that they did a different method of it was kind of like a cool homage to the original Predator movie to me.
Well, I think a lot of people liked about the movie also is that it gave some kind of integrity to like natives.
Mm.
Like it was better representation for Native Americans, which I saw that and I liked it as
Yeah, 100%. It actually made me feel kind of angry that they lost. You know what I mean? Like with how smart she was and like how smart the Indians were.
well. I mean,
like,
back in those days, like literally when it came, like women were only there for like cooking, medicine, taking care of the house. They didn't respect women as hunters.
even still, the fact that this girl was still able to hold her own in with the camp and still go hunting with the disdain taste that people had for her hunting, like she was still able to do it. But it's like the fact that like they portrayed them as so innovative and like medicines and different rubs and weaponry and all this type of stuff, like to find out that like yeah they got taken out by like a nigga who can shoot a gun every 2 minutes and some blankets. You know what I mean? It's like, wow, like y'all, that's really shitty of like a history of Indians to be like, this is like the French came in and other countries came in and really ravaged them with a gun that you have to.
But then again, also the whole thing with the blankets was like they gave them disease that they never.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I mean. Like,
That was just that one tactic they just weren't prepared for. They weren't prepared for because like there were a lot of tribes that was kicking the French's ass. Like they were whooping that ass.
that's what
But then and they were brutal with it too. They were scalping motherfuckers. Then all of a sudden it's like, okay, we gonna give these guys smallpox and wipe them out.
I guess that's what I'm saying. Like, I was expecting more savagery towards the French from the Indian people. Like, I feel like they just like they got caught, and I was like, that was
more
it.
of like before they kind of met up with the French. They were just still chilling in their tribe, but then they didn't even know the French were there. They were like all on the other side of the
No, they
of the
knew.
river.
They knew because she got her dog got hurt, and they were like looking at the chain thing and saw some wild shit.
They had a suspicion.
Yeah.
But then they still never saw him.
Yeah. I don't
There
know.
wasn't an initial meetup.
That shit. I just remember the movie was good. I have to watch it again. The dialogue in the beginning was just a little dry, but
I mean, it's always for most movies like that. It's always gonna
be dry.
have that like
You got to build.
that kind of build up.
You got to build. But the action scenes, like the squaring up of great. I'm not gonna lie, great CGI on the disappearing.
Mm-hmm.
Like the way he would disappear and reappear, or like even part of his like weapon or something would show up,
Yeah.
was pretty
And
cool.
especially
How
when
they
he was
did it.
covered in blood. When
Yeah.
he fought the bear is like, okay, like that was.
Yeah, and then showing the other thing too, they showed a predator actually getting more hurt than normal. I don't remember predators being like hurt this much. Like this dude got worked all movie.
I still feel like it's because of the fact that this was like, still 300 years ago. They're still evolving.
I still can't take that. If you show up on a fucking spaceship,
Went up to a bear.
you can't be. You have
You
to be
squared up
involved
with a
with
bear.
it.
You squared up with a bear with your bare hands. Then you get shot up a bunch of times by French people. Then get fucked up by some. You're gonna get fucked up by some natives. Like, yeah, you gonna get fucked up.
That's what I mean. He had from 3 days of just nonstop ass whoopings he had to give out. 3 days of nonstop. Well, probably like 4 days of ass whoopings he was giving out because he showed up. Girl saw him. No one believed her, and then he was just out here killing snakes and wolves. And then like the next day, she went and saw the bear, and that's when he went after the bear because the bear was going after her. I don't see like she ain't shit. You know, like she ain't shit. The bear going out there, she ain't shit. Let me get this bear. And I feel like if he went up after he went up the bear, he probably rethought how like shit in this world like actually attacks. Cause like that bear attack looked ridiculous. Like it even stomped him down and like pawed his chest, and like the bear like walked away like he won. And I was like, Jesus Christ, yo, that was.
Then when he rose up again, he's like,
And he just cracked necks, but then it's like, you don't walk away from a bear attack like that, bro. Like that's what got me kind of like, bro, this guy's different a bit. Like he has to have the most amount of Band-Aid or whatever spray he was using, because he whole chest out, your whole chest ripped up, neck ripped up, he got bit and stuff. And you telling me you was able to overpower him and then walk off to chase this girl some more? I'd call. After that bear attack, I'm calling the shit back. Like, what happened? Bruh, you ain't telling me these bears on here. You just said we gotta fight humans, nigga. Like, I was just out here fighting humans. You bears, bro? Fully? Like, what did you take? Yeah, I took care of it. Look at me. Look at this. You
that
know?
was the first time they were fighting a bear too. So.
Like, you'd be like, and then even towards the end, like, I'd call the shit back way back when like shit started losing. I'd be like, hey, bro, yeah, what happened? I lost my hand, and I'm ready to go. Like, I'm ready to go. Come pick me up. Like, you sure? Yeah, come pick me up. But yeah, overall good movie.
Yeah, man.
My knife reminds me of a knife he would have.
True. My knife does remind me of the actor she had.
Yeah, with the rope at the end.
Yeah.
That was, when she caught homie and then pulled that back, caught your boy in the back, I was like, oh, she's worse than It Man, what? The girl was bad. That was a good women, what was it? Women lead role movie. And like she really knocked it out of the park.
Yeah.
So,
Let's wrap Yeah, let's wrap this episode up. This has been another episode of TV Nerds. This shows its esoteric child here with Gay Stomach. Follow us on all our social medias. You know, our link tree will be on the bottom like always. Anything you got to say before we head out here?
No, I'm probably traveling again, so I may be gone. He leaving too,
Slanging dick.
Lies!
bro.
Lies!
Both of 'em.
Stop lying.
He going out too. He going out too.
I'm
Yeah.
going for a business thing.
So
I don't know
am I.
what he's
Everybody
doing.
know
So
y'all
please,
fucking.
get the fuck out of here.
Business trip. And so that's what we're calling it now, is a business trip.
I'm about
It
to get
is.
ready to start me some business trips. out here.
I mean, it is business trips. Just 'cause it's you do business on a trip, business trip. You know, I'm
Yeah.
out here.
No.
Why you just hating because you can't go? Because you had your stuff, and when you just jealous because I could just be out here fat, looking all sexy at the same time. You know.
Let's not body shame right
What? I'm not body shaming. She gonna look good. I'm just saying I don't care no more. Plus, I can afford my I can afford my surgery. She got money like that, so. She got medical jobs.
now. Yo. But yeah, man. This has been an episode of TV Nerds, y'all. Stay nerdy. Peace out.
I keep coming back to you.